We're finally in the throes of December, close to the end of the year. And when it comes to the end of the year, me and Troy got a little catching up to do. We're going to watch some of the best, most critically acclaimed films of 2018 in a little bit of a month we're calling Things We Missed in 2018. And this time we're starting off with a personal favorite of mine, because I brought it up last week. We're talking about the Bo Burnham written and directed film, 8th Grade. What did old Troy think about it? Well, tune in on a very adolescent edition of The Review. Gucci.
Damn it, you stole mine. Gucci. There, we did it again. Welcome to
Hey guys, JT here with another video.
Welcome to the review, the show where two small town dudes give your big Gucci opinions. I am Troy to the max extreme.
We have about as many viewers as she did on her.
I think we're doing slightly better. Just slightly. And we are getting into 8th Grade, the right out of the park hit from Bo Burnham. Bo. That's it.
You're so amazing, Bo. Yeah, Bo, yeah. You did it. You done did it.
Bo. But what did we really think? Why don't we break it down in full
later?
Up next.
Stay tuned.
But yeah, this month we are going over things that we missed. Mostly things that I missed and finally getting to talk about in full.
Yeah. Things that I've brought up in passing throughout the year.
Yeah. This is really good. You should watch it. Yeah, I'll get to it. That's how the conversation goes every time.
Every time.
It goes getting to in December.
Yeah.
Because I just want to cram stuff all in so my list at the end of the year doesn't look like ass.
Yeah. So you're not talking about Venom, number 10.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see a lot, so Venom is number 3.
Is number 3. I only did 6 movies this year, Joel. Is that okay?
Oh
God, fine.
I
think the first year we did the list, you were like, so, got Jurassic World on here.
Yeah. Oh, it made for a real good time. A lot of good ribbing.
I think we had like me and Neil, like, that both watched quite a bit of things, and we're just like going back and forth, and you're just like, that Lady Ghostbusters was pretty good, huh?
Still didn't hate it. But why don't we get into some news of the week? Starting with some Netflix Marvel info for you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's been a common trend to see every week another Netflix Marvel series chopped.
Yeah.
This last week, Daredevil got the axe.
Yep.
And people are up in arms about this one.
Yeah.
Like, what? Season 3 was good!
Yeah. This is the one you're not fucking up.
But apparently it did have lower viewership than the previous season. And there's a rumor out there that Netflix didn't pull the plug. Marvel did.
Yeah.
So I read that today. Didn't read too much into it, but I'm assuming with their own streaming service coming up that they would pull the plug. But I thought that we've reported, because we're reporters.
Yep.
Real journalism here.
That's right. We got the little bills in our caps and our fedoras.
That it was Netflix's thing to cancel, not Marvel's.
Well, Troy, I think network executives will lie sometimes.
That is upsetting to me. That's the first time
Who
I've
can
ever
you
heard
trust?
that.
Who can we trust anymore, Troy?
That's very true.
Who can we trust?
Think you can trust your neighbor? Don't think so.
And they end up canceling Daredevil on you.
I know. Your mother and father have just been lying to you your whole life. Watch them pull off their face masks and they're just Ethan Hunt underneath, tricking you.
That's right. My mom's been Ethan Hunt for 31 years.
Ethan Hunt, also a network exec at Netflix and Marvel. Both.
As soon as you were born, I figured you were going to do something wrong. So I kidnapped your mom and then hid as her for 31 years.
It's been a wild ride. I've really grown to love you.
Yeah. I have sex with your dad on a regular basis.
First it was to keep up appearances, but now I just like it. Oh, what a weird road we went down.
I started out as a secret agent for the IMF, but I think being your mother was the greatest job of all.
Oh my. Can we tell it's a slow news week? This is good stuff. So yeah, that's kind of upsetting. I still haven't gotten into season 3 yet.
I got like halfway through it. It's good, but the thing with the Netflix shows is just that they waste so much time because there has to be so many episodes.
Yeah. It's still on my to-do list. I don't know when I'm going to ever do it, but I do plan before I die to watch Daredevil season 3. That's all.
But I think for Netflix, I think they still have one more season of Jessica Jones and one more season of The Punisher.
Yeah, I think Jessica
Left to
Jones
go.
is already being filmed, and The Punisher is already in pre-production.
Yeah.
I think. But I'm just assuming they're getting the axe right
Yeah,
after.
they're going to probably get taken off right after they're done.
But sad. Well,
end of an era.
but what's goes down must come up, right?
Sure.
That's not how the saying goes, but something is getting reborn, JT. Did you hear about this?
What?
Celebrity Deathmatch is being revived on
Wow.
MTV due to Ice Cube having an interest in the property.
Okay.
That's it. I remember watching a lot of Celebrity Deathmatch at your house when we were kids, and I loved it.
With it being MTV, though...
It was already on MTV.
No, yeah, I know, but I think MTV was, like, more open to, like... I don't know. Maybe, like, celebrities that would appeal to more of an audience. I feel like if with this MTV, it's just going to be like... Ooh, it's Cardi B against Cha Millionaire. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I can see that. Because, like, even back then, they had, like... Back then, though, you didn't have, like, internet stars. You had, like...
But they would do, like, fun shit like Martha Stewart versus somebody and...
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin was on there all the time.
But now it would be like, I don't even know. Like, they would say celebrity and I wouldn't know. And maybe it was the same when, like...
You know.
No, it wouldn't have been the same when we were kids, because they did have, like, big stars on there, like Martha Stewart, or, like, I don't know, Ellen. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure Ellen was on there at one point. Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah. Like, big, like, overarching celebrity to, like, every population.
Yeah,
You know what
Richard
I mean?
Simmons.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was on one.
But now, yeah, it'd just be, like, Kim Kardashian versus Kanye.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be Kim Kardashian and Kanye, get it? It's gonna be Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson.
Too soon, JT.
I know. Pete's still coping.
Just caught the last Saturday Night Live.
We're with you, Pete.
Ever since he's gotten with
He's gotten
Ariana,
funnier?
No, he's been on more things.
Of course, because they want to put that shit over.
Yeah, but I like Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
He's good. Seems like he's doing fine, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Who knows?
he's coping. All the Ariana Grande fans are giving him shit. You did something, Pete! You did something!
I thought he had BDE. He can get big dick energy.
Maybe she took the big dick with her when she left.
Oh, no, now he's just stuck with the energy.
Yep.
A small dick energy.
Yeah, he's got small dick energy. Right there with you, Pete.
More news, JT, of things rebooting. Men in Black, the spin-off / reboot,
Yeah.
has an official title.
Yeah.
Did you see what it was?
No.
Men in Black International is what it's called.
Oh.
I'm assuming because it has an international cast.
Does it have an E and the apostrophe at the end, so it's International?
Oh, I didn't think so, but
Okay.
we can always write in.
We're doing it.
We get a petition started, get 50,000 signatures on that thing, put that goddamn E at the end of it.
Yeah. The E with the like weird apostrophe
with
thing.
a little hash at the
Yep.
top. International.
International.
So yeah, because it's starring Chris Hemsworth, and he's probably not going to drop his Australian accent.
Oh, am I?
Oi,
Oh, yeah.
we got ourselves an alien over here. Crikey.
Oh, noisy cricket get wicked on you.
Because that's how Chris Hemsworth talks. We just went full Crocodile Dundee. I don't need. I got nothing for news really. Fucking, I don't know. Good Place season 4 got greenlit for NBC.
I saw that, and a season 4 for Preacher also got greenlit as well.
I still have to watch season 2 and 3 of that.
Yeah, you haven't watched the seasons that are good yet.
God damn my life.
Jesus.
The last bit of news I got, JT, is that we were going to have, I was going to save this for trailers.
Okay.
But I'm going to maybe tease the trailer section a little bit for next week.
Ooh, yeah.
Because the Far From Home trailer is rumored to drop this week.
Okay.
As well as most likely the Avengers trailer is going to drop next week.
It was supposed to come out today.
Yes.
But someone had to go and die.
So, well, more on that maybe later. But, so I was prepared for a full-on trailer discussion today, and it didn't happen.
Yeah. We got a big one to talk about,
we got one.
We got one.
I was expecting 2, maybe even 3.
Yeah, I got 2.
Well,
we're really jumping ahead.
Well, we're
here,
jumping
Troy.
the gun here. So,
jumping the gun.
That's my last bit of news until you can take the reins here.
Okay.
You got the reins yet?
I got the reins.
Shh. Oh, they got sleigh bells on them.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, it's tis the season.
Tis the season.
It's holiday season. Troy,
doop-de-woo.
got some awards.
All right.
Some award shows coming up.
All right, yeah.
Got the hosts for the Golden Globes and the Oscars.
Now, are these hostess with the mostest?
We have one hostess. Well, there's 2 hosts for the Golden Globes. There's one for the Oscars.
Okay.
The hosts for the Golden Globes are Andy Samberg.
Okay.
And Sandra Oh.
Oh, the Sandys.
Oh, Sandra. Yeah, that's right. We got the Sandys.
Great. That's what I always wanted.
So, I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of good shit about that show she's on, Killing Eve.
Oh, yeah?
And I think it's on Hulu now.
Is it? Okay.
I want to check it out.
All right.
So you got Sandra Oh and Andy Samberg for the Golden Globes. The Sand Sammies.
Okay.
And for the Oscars, they got a host, Kevin Hart.
Oh my, Kevin Hart, having a good time of his life right now.
You gonna get crazy, man? Hey, man,
wait.
I'm small.
I can't. That's my continual running joke. I'm a tiny man.
I'm a small person.
Listen, I like Kevin Hart, but Jesus, I see him in every single movie, and I'm like, okay, I get it.
Waiting for the small joke.
Mm-hmm. Just give it to me, Kevin.
At least it was fun in Jumanji.
Yeah,
They played it up the right way in Jumanji.
Yep.
But God, everything else.
My God, you kidding?
It's just I don't know.
But I like Kevin Hart. Even though I probably won't watch either one of these award shows unless I'm watching some illegal Periscope feed from Twitter. That's how I watched most of all of any live event last year. Last year.
I really don't give a shit about the Oscars, so I just look up the results.
Yeah. There was like one of the big, huge, like, heavyweight title fights for boxing sometime this last year.
Yeah.
And I was semi-interested in it. And I was like, I'll just look up, see what's going on Twitter. And then I just saw a ton of Periscope feeds, and I'm like, all right, I'll just watch this. Throw it up on the Chromecast. I'm like, hell yeah. So illegal, but I did it.
Do it.
Listen.
You got a family to think about, Troy. You can't be doing illegal Periscope downloads.
I just happened to peek in on someone's life who was Periscoping it, okay?
Okay.
I wasn't broadcasting it.
Fair enough. I can't blame you for stumbling upon $1 million.
I can't. You can't. It's unfair.
You
It's
just
unconstitutional.
can't.
You can't do it.
Can't do it.
Anyway,
Can't do it.
so that's how I watch most live
Not
stuff.
gonna do it. Later.
Oh, no. Not gonna die.
Not gonna die.
Okay.
Troy, are you a big fan of Between Two Ferns?
I am.
Zach Galifianakis, very odd
Yeah.
interview show, but it's funny.
It is.
It's good stuff.
It's good.
Apparently Netflix is in the process of creating a film based on Between Two Ferns.
Okay.
I don't know what it's going to entail.
I don't know either. Just leave it alone. Just let it be what it is. It doesn't need to be more.
Yeah, just leave it.
That's my opinion right off the bat. Maybe I'll be surprised. Right now, I'm just in the mindset, like, just stop it. Just let it live on the internet. Netflix, get your money-grubbing hands off of it.
Bastards.
I don't know. Maybe it'll make Zach
Bastards.
Galifianakis a lot of money. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Galifianakis.
Gilgamesh. Zach Gilgamesh.
Zach Gilgamesh.
He's great in baskets.
Good. Good.
Good.
Good.
Good.
Troy, I know you and UNC Danger are especially fans of the film Across the Universe, where it takes a lot of Beatles music
Yes.
and creates a musical film around it.
Yes.
Well, Universal seems to have the same mindset when it comes to the music of Prince.
Oh. Okay.
Apparently, they've bought up a lot of rights to popular works of Prince to create their own straight-to-film musical based on the music of Prince.
Okay. I'm into the idea. Listen, when Across the Universe came out, I learned that it was going to be a ton of Beatles music, and really, I only like a handful of Beatles songs, to be honest. I'm not a huge Beatles fan.
Gotcha.
And it's probably the time I just grew up in. It wasn't of my era.
But
I can appreciate what they gave to that field of music. That being said, I really like the takes on that Beatles music in Across the Universe. And I really like the artsiness of the movie. So, if they are going to do it with Prince and make it some like weird sexual 80s psycho trip, I am all for it. Bring it on.
Bring it on, baby.
Make it sexy. That's all I ask. Is for anything. But make that Between Two Ferns real sexy, Netflix.
Yeah.
Make this Prince thing sexy.
So sexy. Bring it on.
Ice Cube, make Celebrity Deathmatch sexy. Bring back the sexy in my claymation.
Troy, the nominations for the Annie Awards came out.
All right.
The Annie Awards are pretty much like the Oscars for animated film.
Okay.
And there's a lot of shit on here. I'll just do what they have nominated for Best Animated Feature.
Okay.
They have Early Man from Aardman.
Okay.
Incredibles 2.
Uh-huh.
Isle of Dogs.
Okay.
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
All right.
And Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, boy.
Are their nominations for Best Animated Feature. Makes me a little more excited for Spider-Man coming up.
Listen, I have kind of overheard and maybe seen a little bit of good positive reviews for that already for pre-screenings.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited for it. Comes out around my birthday. Day after. Just saying. If anyone wanted to take me, that'd be all right. I would let them.
I'll let him do it.
So do it. Somebody out there, please, for the
Somebody's-
love of God.
Somebody's gotta die.
Other than that, I haven't seen any of those other animated movies. I don't think.
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
I've seen Incredibles 2.
Well, oh yeah, Incredibles 2. But
I've seen Isle of Dogs. It's
I'm not into like Wes Anderson stuff. I just can't do it. I try. It's
so
just
hard.
so symmetrical. I can't. I can't do it. No, I don't. I love the charm of it, I guess, but then it wears itself thin.
It's like a 70s film made in modern time.
So, I mean, I catch a lot of flack for not liking it.
Yeah.
And that's just Wes Anderson stuff in general.
No, I'm very few and far between on Wes Anderson films. Grand Budapest Hotel is really good.
Yeah, I never finished it.
Okay.
I fell asleep, not due to its being, like, not my taste. I started at the wrong time, fell asleep, my rental ran out, and then I just never went back to it.
Yeah.
So, what are you gonna do, huh?
I don't know.
What are you gonna do? Never saw Isle of Dogs, didn't see Ralph Breaks the Internet, or whatever the other ones are.
Yeah, Ralph Breaks the Internet just came out, so I've not seen that as well.
Yeah, sorry. And I love animation, so you'd think I'd be on all of this, but
Yeah.
I'm just losing my mind over here. I'm a big piece of shit who gets nothing done.
Yeah.
That's me.
I don't know.
I have so many
Maniacal.
Oh,
Troy,
yeah.
got some bad news. I got another name to add to the boys club.
Oh no, I thought the boys club was done and done.
No, boys club's coming back
In a big way.
in a big way. This one took Molly Pop back.
Oh really?
Yeah, I guess
Tom Hanks.
3 people have allegations against Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh no.
Yeah, one of them is accusing him of rape.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
That's no good.
no. You're supposed to back up science for us, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah. Come on.
Now the fucking anti-vaxxers and the fucking flat earthers, they win.
They're gonna be all over your shit now.
Yeah.
God damn it, Neil.
See, he raped someone. Now global warming doesn't exist.
Well, it's still alleged, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, like, at first,
And he's denying all allegations.
when all these bad things were coming out earlier in this year, I was like, yeah, those are probably right. I'm going to believe the women because, like, it's been a long time coming and these people need to be put in their place.
Yeah.
But, like, really? Neil deGrasse Tyson? It seems like I don't know, like a celebrity just obscure enough that it seems real.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. But then again, there's Bill Cosby.
Yeah. Everyone thought Cosby was the man.
And he's in there just drugging chicks and
Yeah.
having their way with them.
God.
God damn it.
But
What the fuck?
like that, I don't know. The thing though is that like when like a lot of these guys get their finger pointed, get like a finger pointed at them, then like things come out where people are like, he's kind of been a dick all along.
Yeah.
Like I guess there was a lot of people coming out like, yeah, Cosby was kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah. And there was like a whole like Hannibal Buress set about talking shit about Bill Cosby right before it came out, where like he did do all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then he was on like every talk show about his like Cosby bashing, and then everyone was on his side.
Yeah.
Buress' side, but like I don't know. I hope this one isn't legit.
Yeah.
Just for science's sake at this point.
Just to fucking shut up all the idiots. Don't be true.
Can't like Bill Nye prove it wrong with science to help
Yeah.
Neil out?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does like some weird DNA test.
Yeah.
Then they fist bump.
Right. And if it is true, I am sorry that I defended some sort of sexual assaulter.
Yeah.
But I want to side with Neil at this point.
Oh, well. Okay.
And I'll maybe... I'm just going to stop talking. Does that sound fair?
It's fair.
Okay.
Fair, Troy.
Great.
It's fair. Troy, I guess at Warner Brothers, Man of Steel 2 and The Flash are both losing momentum, quote,
Oh, really?
when it comes to making any sort of film.
I could almost see that 100% already with Man of Steel 2 since Cavill is out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And then The Flash has been trying to be made, I swear, for the last 8 years, and nothing has happened of it ever.
Yeah.
With the multiple direction changes, script rewrites, and still, it was supposed to be out last year. And then nothing has come of it except Ezra Miller is supposed to be the Flash.
Yeah.
That's it. That is it.
Ezra Miller's going to be like 30 years old by the time he plays.
And I didn't even like his take on the Flash in Justice League.
Yeah.
So,
Fuck it.
Bully to you. I don't care if this movie's ever made, to be honest.
Well, take that, Warner Brothers.
You know, it's weird because like I thought I was following somebody on Twitter of like a DC like verified like page.
Yeah.
And I don't think it is now because like they have been trumpeting for a Snyder cut for like the last 2 weeks very hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you still on this shit? Like, I can't even believe it. And I like every time I see it, I'm like, I should just stop following them. And then I just keep scrolling. But like, come on. It's done. It's over with. The movie's out. It stunk. Deal with it.
It stunk.
It stinks.
It stinks.
And I was just at a family function where one of Chelsea's cousins was saying he was hung up in the hospital for like a week.
Yeah.
And the only thing that even appealed to him was Wonder Woman and Justice League. And so he saw Justice League probably 5 times.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I am so sorry. Was your ailment that bad that you had to be watching Justice League? And he's like, at one point, you just kind of fall into it. And you start finding little things to like, little good takeaways. And I'm like, that's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
He's like,
You know what?
shut up.
I really felt for that family. That family that I don't give a shit about for like the first half.
Yeah, so I don't know. He seemed to be in the right mind now. But he knew when he was telling me, you could almost see it wash over him like, I've made a terrible mistake watching Justice League.
What have I done?
Times. I
killed them all.
I have had the hankering to go back and give it another watch because only in the last couple of days we made like a trip out to the burbs or whatever and saw Chelsea's best friend, and what was on was flipping back and forth between like football was like just I think it was probably TBS or something like that, but they had BVS on. And like the sound was off. And so you're just watching without sound. And I'm like, oh my God, this movie's so dark and sad. And then like I did turn it up at a point because I wanted to hear like the whole Martha thing. And I'm like, that is handled fucking horribly.
Martha! Why don't you say that then?
It's just bad. I mean, the action is good, but oh my God, it is even worse on just like dropping into it and watching it in small parts.
Like so much of that is like they have to get to certain points. It's just that nobody knows how to get there.
Yeah.
It's like we gotta have Batman and Superman fight. How do we do it? We'll just make Lex Luthor say that I'm gonna kill your mom if you don't do it. But he's Superman. I mean, it makes no sense. We'll just say he does it. We'll just make him do it.
Why didn't he just vaporize him with heat vision?
Yeah.
And a story.
Yeah.
You got him.
And
you're already a dickhead in this movie anyway.
Lois Lane so fucking easily. What the hell? Why can't he find his mom in no goddamn times flat?
No idea. And Batman is so evil in this.
Yeah.
Just evil. He burns people.
Yeah.
Burns them. I mean, the warehouse fight is cool. I mean, he definitely kills people.
Yeah. He shoots people in there.
But Jesus, at the very end of the movie, he grabs Lex Luthor by the throat and is gonna burn him and torture him. And I'm like, that is not Batman. As hard as he should hate him, at least he would, at the very most, he would break Lex Luthor's arm.
Yeah.
That's it. He's not gonna torture him to burn him. Are you kidding me?
Well, I had my thoughts on it. Go back and listen to our BVS review.
Listen. Do it. It's like the hottest we've ever gotten on this show.
The Ultimate Edition one, we got really mad at each other. Because you were trying to defend that. I mean, it's better.
It was.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Anyway, that's for another time. It was for a pastime. We're over it.
Yeah.
I think we made a pact to never talk about it again, and we've broken it many times.
Yeah. Last bit of news, Troy. The Disney live-action Pinocchio.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do all those live-action remakes of all their shit. They may have found a Geppetto.
Okay.
And I think it's a good pick.
Okay.
Tom Hanks.
Oh, my! I am way into that idea. I didn't know who you were going to say, and Tom Hanks is the only answer now.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Tom Hanks as a Geppetto in the live-action Disney Pinocchio.
Great. I'm into it. Can't wait for that. Is that also coming out, like, next year?
No, I don't think it is next year, but... God, they have so much shit coming out next year. It's ridiculous.
Disney. I would love to take a bet on how much money Disney is going to make. And I guarantee you it's going to be over like $10 billion.
Yeah, it's
in the movies alone.
Dumb.
They've got Dumbo, Lion King, Avengers, Captain Marvel,
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Another Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And there's like
Artemis Fowl.
Oh my God. And then the Pixar stuff, Toy Story 4.
Toy Story.
They're gonna rake it in.
Yeah.
The other day I just saw a list of all the Disney movies coming out next year.
Isn't there like at least one coming out every month or something?
Pretty much. Almost. I think there's some even like 2 in a month, and I'm like,
God.
Oh my God.
It's stupid.
Oh my God.
It's stupid.
I'm going to look up a list right now of Disney movies in 2019.
God.
It's got to be ridiculous. Oh, yeah, Aladdin is coming out next year,
too.
too.
Yeah, Jesus. Well, Troy, is there any mail?
Frozen 2, Artemis Fowl.
Oh, Jesus, Frozen 2 even?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Mowgli, I guess, is technically one, but that's a Netflix one.
No, well, it's not Disney, though. That's just, what's his name's project.
Oh. Yeah, but that's all of them. Oh my God. So much money. But no, we don't have any mail this week.
Okay. Well, we do have a bit though.
I know.
Even though we said we weren't going to do it.
We got a bit. We got
to do it. For Neil's Bits.
People dying, it's the pits. Please stay tuned to Neil's Bits.
I'm Neil.
Is it done?
It's done.
Oh, great. We usually don't run into politics all that often, but when we do, we're usually really drunk and talk about it.
Yeah, we get really drunk and talk about how much America sucks. I'll go listen to our Pearl Harbor review. I'm surprised no one has tried to assassinate us yet.
Oh my God.
After that shit.
I mean, it was real though. That's all true.
Yeah.
Anyway, the liquid courage was really high that night. It was like after we filmed another show and then we had more beers to talk about Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
After we were drinking during that movie.
We drank for 3 hours watching Pearl Harbor and then we had some shit to say.
But that being said, we are going to be talking about the passing of George H.W. Bush, the 43rd president of the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
He was already in pretty poor health for the last few years.
Yes.
And he did make it to 94 years old. So kudos to him. That's a pretty extensive life to lead there. Regardless of your politics, even like during their time in office, regardless of what you think of them, afterwards they usually run a large charity organizations after their time in office, regardless of what you think of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be the same for the one we currently have in office, but they usually make up for any ill doings.
Yeah.
Maybe minus Nixon.
Yeah, Nixon just kind of... Oh, Nixon.
But yeah, George H.W. Bush, father to George W. Bush,
Yep.
and Jeb.
My name is Jeb.
But yes, he did pass away this last week at
My
94
my
years
boss
old.
was playing like the funeral, like I guess that was playing on NPR.
Uh-huh.
And I hate to say it, George Bush gave a really good eulogy.
I caught some of it. There's a clip of it on YouTube.
And it's like, man, when I don't hate you, you're a pretty charming guy.
I know. Ever since he's been out of office, like he's just been winning people's hearts over.
Oh, yeah.
Like his book of paintings and
Yeah,
everything.
he's a charming ass dude.
It's like, I just wish you didn't start like 9/11 or whatever.
Yeah, Yeah.
Let's not jump on that.
there we go. Let's get some 9/11 conspiracies going on in here, Troy.
Let's not do it.
Everyone knows that metal doesn't burn at the
fuel
same.
can't melt
jet,
steel.
Jet fuel can't melt steel.
Right. I mean, people can only forge it like hundreds of years ago in a furnace. That's it.
Building 7 was not supposed to collapse.
Anyway, it was a tragic passing for the country this last week. It even postponed big exciting things that people were really wanting to see because now it is a national holiday. Mm-hmm. So it's in good taste that it didn't come out and overshadow this man's death.
Yeah, I did hear like on some podcasts they were talking about like his brief feud with the Simpsons. Like he had like something where like for no reason at all he just started talking shit about the Simpsons while he was in office. So like like Matt Groening like sent him a letter like signed by Marge saying like, I don't know why you have a problem with our family. And then that's why they made that episode where George H.W. Bush moves next door and he's just this bitter old man that just hates them.
That's like one of my favorite episodes.
It's such a good episode. Like him and Homer just have like this ongoing rivalry with each other.
And he loves Ned Flanders.
And he loves Ned.
Yeah, and then Gerald Ford moves in after, and they're like
They're
pretty much
best
him
friends.
and Homer are the same
Would you
person.
would you like to drink some beer and watch some football? Would I?
Homer, do you like nachos?
Yes.
Would you like to have beer and some nachos? Would I? And then they both like trip over a curb and then say dough. That's the end of the episode.
Oh my god, I want to watch some Simpsons.
Anyway, George H.W. Bush, rest in peace.
Yes.
There we go. Neil's Bits. You need to silence your phone, boy.
Oh my god.
It's like the third time.
I
seem
apologize.
so popular over there.
I apologize.
God.
Okay, I'm taking care of this.
Great.
There we go.
Is it done now?
It's done.
Great. I got the one trailer I said.
I got 2, but I guess I'll do mine since
'Kay.
it's one you probably don't have because you have the 1.
Right. Because I only
makes
said
sense.
one. Right.
They put out a trailer for the sequel to Happy Death Day called Happy Death Day to You.
Oh. Okay.
And it looks funny as hell.
I almost watched it before we started, and then I was like, I don't care. I didn't see the first one. I don't care. And then I heard you listening to it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that sounds good.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
Happy Death Day is hella fun. And like it's probably one of like the best like horror / comedy films I've seen in a long time. And this one looks even funnier where it's like a little bit in the future and like she gets killed and then she goes back to the first film. But then like something different happens where like people that she knows are dying too. So then she has to like keep killing herself to go back to save them now. And there's some fun shit in it. Like there's like a scene in the trailer where like people are skydiving and then she walks up in a bikini and then she like jumps up like wee and then jumps out of the plane.
That just listening to the trailer won me over, so I might try to check it out.
But Happy Death Day is hella fun, and Happy Death Day to You looks almost more fun. So
Great.
I can't wait for it to come out. So happy Death Day to you. Coming out soon. In February.
February. The only trailer I got, probably the only one you have left, is the Captain Marvel new one.
Yes.
The second trailer, as it would be,
the second trailer.
shows a bit more of the alien side of her life.
Yeah.
In this one, a bit of Annette Bening in it.
Yeah.
As well.
It looks like I don't know. From what I gathered, she's like a human, but then she was dying, so they gave her like a blue blood transfusion.
I guess
That's what it looked like from the.
what I'm putting together is that's pretty much it. Like she got, I don't know, injured and then abducted, and then to keep her alive, she got spliced with alien blood.
Yeah.
And now she doesn't really remember her past, and it's kind of getting pieced together through like little choppy memories.
Yeah.
But now she's got alien powers, and who knows?
She's riding around with young Sam Jackson.
Right. I can't. It looks good. Like
Yeah.
Bendo Mendo's in it, and he's playing like a Skrull.
Yep.
Who can shape change, and you got to see a little more of Captain Marvel punching an old lady.
Yeah.
Saw great.
Saw her not only punch her, but throw her head through a bar.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm into it. Hopefully, it's all the hype that Marvel's given it pays off. I mean, I have really
see.
no reason to be worried.
Yeah.
Like, even like my least favorite Marvel films are still fun.
Yeah. Like, I don't know too much about Captain Marvel, but, I mean...
It looks like they're taking quite a bit of liberties with it.
Yeah.
Because she does have, like, a pretty complicated, like, history.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to kind of just retcon it a little bit, so she's, like, the only one. Because he's, like, a character that was invented in the 70s.
Yeah.
And then he had, like, some cosmic adventures, and he's, like, the big, like, cosmic superhero out in space.
Yeah.
And then they had a story where like he died of cancer, like, and he just couldn't fight it, and it was like a pretty big deal. And then that power got passed on to, like, I don't know if it was like a sibling of his or something. But anyway, then eventually got passed on to Carol Danvers in the last like 5 or 8 years or something like that, and she's had the mantle ever since.
They're insinuating that Jude Law is supposed to be like the original Captain Marvel or something.
That has been already debunked because
Okay.
of a Funko Pop that came out that had his real name on it.
Yeah.
And it's not. He's like playing a villain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then more speculations come on. You caught this from a Mr. Sunday Movies video, because I don't really know a ton of like cosmic stuff outside of like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But all those band of people she's with during like that kind of slow-mo walking scene, they're all wearing the same outfit, and you see like Dijon Hot Soup with them but they're all they're all bad guys.
Okay.
And so like she must be kind of like tricked into being in this group, and then she realizes that they're fighting against something that they shouldn't be, and she must revolt against or something like that. So maybe that'll be the case. Who knows?
Gotcha.
Looks like a whirlwind good time, though.
Yeehaw!
Giddy up. I'm ready to see the internet pick apart all the youngifying of all the characters in this.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I've already heard that people are speculating that the cat is the reason why Nick Fury loses his eye.
I've heard other speculation, too, that they're doing kind of what they did in Thor Ragnarok, where he has like they CG'd like his eye in the trailers, but in the movie he's got a patch on, and so he's gonna just have his eye gone this whole time or whatever. And so like they'll just have the trailers are just like misinforming you of stuff, and I'm like, that whatever, that's fine.
Who gives a shit?
Keeps the mystery alive.
There you go.
And I guess that cat, too, is also, like, an alien. Like, that just takes the form of a cat.
Yeah. Like, I've heard, like, I guess, like, the name that she says about it, it's, like, supposed to be, like, from, like, a book or something. Like, it's supposed to be, like, this cat that's, like, it's, like, actually a Skrull, but it always takes the shape of a cat, and it's, like, supposed to have, like, a rivalry with Rocket Raccoon or something.
Fun. I dig it. And I guess they changed the name of it, too, because in the book, its name is Chewie. But since now Disney owns that and Star Wars, so they don't want to name it Chewie.
Yeah.
They named it something else.
It's like Gus or something. I think they said like Gus or...
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
a simple name. But anyway, yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
It's fun. Fun times.
It looks great.
It'll be good.
Now release just Spider-Man and Avengers so the internet can shut up for once. God.
I guess people are so up in arms that there's not an Avengers trailer out yet, is that people are going back and like downvoting all of Disney's videos on YouTube because
For
people
what?
are fucking idiots.
For what? So
Like-
they can get just more views on it?
Yeah. That's why I hate fucking people. Like
What
this
is that
shit.
going to do on a past video? The movie's
Yeah.
already out.
Yeah. They're just... Who fucking knows? It infuriates me. Like, there's sometimes where I'm like...
Shut up.
when I
Internet.
try and put my finger on who has the worst fans, then shit like this happens where I'm like, okay, Marvel's winning now.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's Star Wars, sometimes it's like some other stuff, but like right now it's like, okay, Marvel's winning now.
Yeah.
Because you fuckheads are going on YouTube and downvoting shit because you're not getting your fucking... I want my trailer. If I don't get this trailer, I'm not going to go see it. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bull fucking shit.
No kidding. Other things that I listened to too also said that, like, what if like a trailer just never comes out? Like, I think that's not going to be good for the movie. But like, does it need a trailer at this point? It already has so
People
much
are going to go
hype
see it no matter
built
what.
in. You would just need to have like one the day before it comes out.
Like, the only reason you would put a trailer out is just to get, like, social media buzz.
Yeah.
But you don't need a lot of buzz for Avengers, because it's been hyped by the previous film that came out a year earlier.
Yeah, it's already the hottest shit ever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I would love for it to like just wait like the week before it comes out, and then it hits the trailer.
That would be, yeah. I think that's where they reveal the name, too.
Yeah. Like just as a troll at this point.
Yeah.
Like the world's already waited long enough.
Yeah.
What's like a few more months? Because that's it. That's all you have to wait.
Yeah. Well, it comes out in, what, May?
Yeah.
First week in May? Or no, last week in May. I don't know.
Or is it late April?
Maybe it's late April.
I don't
Who knows?
remember.
Maybe
But
they'll do
either
it.
way,
Maybe they'll do
it's-
another one of those Robert Downey Jr. being like, "Hey, want to break the internet?
Oh no.
Let's do it 2 weeks earlier."
That sucks.
That
is-
sucks.
So that makes me cringe more than things in 8th grade.
8th grade coming up.
Right at the top of the hour. It's
Right at the top
coming.
of the hour, it's coming.
But yeah, that sucks so hard. It makes me feel dirty for them. And I bet they made a fucking ton of money for that tweet too.
Probably.
The pieces of shit.
Yeah, I have to be paid $10,000 per tweet because I'm Robert Downey Jr.
God. Real sickos out there, you know that?
Fucking assholes. Troy,
Yeah.
tournament of random movies.
Yes.
We are
Where
getting
we at?
close to the end.
Okay.
We got our first semifinal match that was last week, which was Street Fighter versus Jerry Maguire.
Yes.
I was following this one. This is probably the most back and forth
Oh, really?
one I've seen for a while. Like, one would win one week, or one would win one day, and then they'd be tied, then the other one would be winning, and then they'd be tied again. Like, it was crazy. But, by one vote, we do have a winner. Did you see who it was, Troy?
No, if it was back and forth like that, I didn't see.
Coming out ahead, Jerry Maguire
Okay.
took it.
All right.
Just barely. Street Fighter had some fans out there.
Oh, yeah. All right. I think I voted early on for Jerry Maguire, but
Yeah.
that's fun. That's fun then.
So there you go. Jerry Maguire moving on in the tournament of random movies. That means we got our last semifinal match with White Man Can't Jump versus the Lone Ranger.
Okay.
What's your stake in this one, Troy?
Um,
Do you want to see Johnny Depp as an Indian?
you know, not really, but I guarantee you, if there was somebody out there doing a tally of how many times I said, I've never seen The Lone Ranger, but I kind of want to, on this podcast,
Yeah.
it would probably be in the double digits
Yeah.
at this point.
Plus, it has Army Hammer in it, which will be part of our Monday review.
So I think that's where I'm going to lead. I'm going to stay on brand.
Really?
And be like, you know what? I haven't seen Lone Ranger yet. I don't think it's going to be that bad. But who knows? So I'm going to go Lone Ranger.
I mean, I've heard it's not that good, but I've heard that like the people that hate on it as hard as they do are over exaggerating. Like there are some fun moments in it, I heard.
Right. I think it kind of got the same reception. Well, not the same reception, because a lot of it was racist reception for the Johnny Depp portrayal of a native person.
Yeah.
But I want to say it got roughly the same critical reception as like John Carter of Mars.
Yeah.
And I thought that was fine.
John Carter was fun. I liked it.
Me too. So that's where I'm going in at.
Okay.
At this point, I've already given up on White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah.
That I'll never probably see the whole thing. So I'm going to go with Lone Ranger. That's my pick.
There you go.
Are you throwing in any names in this one?
I don't know. White Men Can't Jump is a fun flick, but I've never seen The Lone Ranger. It's gonna be tough. I might have to just kind of play it by ear when I vote.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I've done it before.
Yeah. It's a fun tournament so far. I think we've broken it down to at this point 3 pretty viable options.
Mm-hmm. I'm into it. We'll see.
There we go.
Will this tournament end at the end of the year? Like
Should
the
be.
exact end of the year?
Pretty close. 1, 2 more. Maybe not. There'll be one more episode before.
Okay. All right. Pretty well timed.
Yeah. Almost right on the money.
Fun. Mind passing over one of those brewskis so we can get into the main event of the night?
Get into that nitty gritty.
All right. Well, with all of that stuff out of the way, warming us up for the review of the evening, 8th grade.
Pop at the same time.
Here we go. On 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah!
We did it.
Let's drink to an adolescent.
8th grade hit theaters at Sundance, July 13th, 2018, in a limited release.
Yeah.
August 3rd, on its wide release.
Okay.
Had that coveted summer release. Stole it from you.
Everyone wants it.
Everyone wants it. With a minuscule budget of $2 million.
Wow.
In 2018 money, that's $2 million.
Yeah.
It domestically made $13.5 million.
Sounds like a success to me.
And worldwide, it was not released.
Yeah.
So, NA. That's what I wrote down here
Gotcha.
in my notes. NA.
Nah.
Rotten Tomatoes has it at a staggering 99%.
Whoa.
IMDb, 7.6 out of 10.
Whoa.
And Gamer Headquarters, 6.
Out of what?
Don't know. Didn't have a 6 out of anything, so I just wrote down what they had.
Well,
a 6.
Gamers are sexist, so I guess that's probably a low one.
6 out of 5.
6 out of 20.
This ranked number 6 at box office at Sundance.
Wow.
And I could have you guess what the top 5 were, but they were all pretty relevant films this year.
At Sundance.
At Sundance this last year. The only one I had to look up to remember which one it was number 5. And we have already reviewed the number 1 earlier this year.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Gotti.
Gotti is not there.
Ugh, I don't know. It's going to be too much for me.
Yeah, number 5 is RBG, the Ruth Bader Ginsburg flick.
Yep.
And then number 4 is our Monday review, Sorry to Bother You.
Gotcha.
Number 3...
Spoiler for everyone that didn't know we were doing that.
Well, that's what we're doing.
We're doing Monday.
Number 3 is Won't You Be My Neighbor, the biopic.
Nice. Saw that.
That's not a biopic. That's a doc, right?
Yep, documentary.
On Mr. Rogers. Number 2, Searching.
Okay. Really want to see that.
Me too. That's in my list of things to catch still this year.
I think it just came out on DVD and stuff.
Okay. And then number 1 is Hereditary.
Oh.
Those are and then number 6 obviously being 8th Grade. Those were the top grossing Sundance movies while they were at Sundance.
Yeah. Hereditary. My God. Go back and listen to that one.
That one was a riot.
So much fun.
Yeah, it is. This movie won 11 awards and nominated for 8.
Nice.
I looked at what it won, but they weren't like Oscars or anything like that. It was.
I know. I've been disappointed because I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this, but now that like award season is starting to come up, now it's like starting to, like, the name is starting to surface a lot more. I'm like, okay, good.
Mm-hmm. But it did like clean up at a certain award festival where it like was nominated and won like every category. So that's where it pretty much got a ton of its awards from.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that's the only other facts that I have right off the top.
Gotcha.
So JT, 8th Grade, what was it about?
Well, we follow a 8th grader.
Yeah.
I mean, makes sense.
Huh? Right.
By the name of Kayla, who is on her last week of 8th grade, and during that process is trying to figure out who she is.
That's right.
I mean, there's not really much else to say. You're pretty much just following her for like the last week of her 8th grade tenure.
That's right. This movie is written, directed by Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
He even has like a little if you listen close, he is on a sex ed educational video where he's talking about pubes in the background.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
I caught his voice clear as day.
Damn it!
And he's like, pubic hair, often referred to as pubes. And then he kind of trails off, and then there's like dialogue over what he says.
Yeah, that's the scene where like they zoom in on the guy that's like jerking off under his sweater or something.
No, it's later on.
Oh,
I
okay.
think, in the movie. Oh no, wait, that might be it.
Yeah, because they look over and like the guy's like has like a flashlight on underneath his sweater. Like, are you jerking off? And everyone's like, ew.
Yeah. That never happened in 8th grade for us. Like, no kid just in the dark put his shirt over his head to beat meat. But who knows? Maybe I wasn't looking intently enough.
I don't think he was actually jerking off. It might have been one of those, like, just doing it.
Oh,
It's probably the LeBron James kid.
To be a little class clown.
LeBron James?
If I had to praise this movie for one thing, is that it very accurately, I think, portrays the awkwardness of being this age.
Yeah.
And even while making it, Bo Burnham is going to be, I think he's only 28 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And even he is, like, too old to kind of dial back to figure out what he was like in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Because while he was making the movie, the actress who played the title character had to every once in a while say like, we don't do that.
Yeah, because remember he was like talking about like, oh yeah, so we'll have like these scenes where like you're chatting with people on Facebook, and she's like, we don't use Facebook,
right? Which from there, made it into a
there's
movie.
there's a line in there.
So like then he changed it to they only talk to like each other on Snapchat and Instagram, and all that kind of stuff. Yep. But even though like it does do things of what today's youth does, it still resonates with pretty much anybody.
No, like the reason I like this movie so much is that I feel like because everything in it feels genuine to just people that have been through 8th grade or puberty in general, like because you connect with that, then everything else just kind of bridges a gap for you.
Right.
Like I feel like there's even like scenes in here where like she does things that more kids nowadays would resonate with, but then he tries to like throw things in to kind of like bridge the gap for people that can't quite understand it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the scene where like she's like going through like just like laying in bed, just like going through the internet and shit, but then they play like that Enya Sail Away song.
Right.
Where it's like everyone that's like older than that like connects that song to like being very like therapeutic and like kind of like letting it wash over you, where it's like that's how kids feel when they're laying in bed just going through social media and doing the shit like that. Like it's almost kind of like a therapy to them.
Yeah.
So like he finds ways to just for things that you can't connect with, he finds ways to make that connect to you.
I agree. And then also the star, what's her name? Isla Fisher?
Elsie
Fisher?
Yeah.
She actually started this after she graduated 8th grade. So she like is the right age for this movie.
I think she started high school a week after after they got done filming.
Yeah.
And then I even read a story that I guess she tried out for the high school play and didn't get in.
That's so weird because I also found out that she voiced a character in an animated movie, Despicable Me. She was like one of the little kids.
I think she's like the youngest kid in Despicable Me.
God, so that's so weird. But maybe she stinks as a theater actor. Who knows? She only knows the silver screen.
Or, maybe high school directors don't know shit.
That could be also true. This movie has a lot of cringy moments in it.
Yeah.
But like not so much to like there is one that is like kind of very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But otherwise there's a few things here and there that is just like, oh, that's so uncomfortable because it's so true to life.
Yeah.
That like I would stand up and applaud it for those things.
Yeah.
Like even to the point where they're not like these gorgeous, it makes me feel weird to say this, but like they aren't like gorgeous people at playing these 8th graders.
Even Elsie Fisher herself, like she does not try and hide her acne at all.
No.
And it makes her feel even more
That's what I'm trying to
genuine.
say. Yeah.
Like it makes her feel like a more genuine 8th grader than if it was just like some model kid that was like, oh, I have 8th grade today.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so stressful. I think I slept in a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, it's like they don't like make it a big deal, but yeah, there's like acne on people, like kids with full-on braces. Like the intro scene where that like girl is trying to put on her bands in her mouthpiece or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like all that kind of stuff is just out and about, and they don't draw any really attention to it. It's just that, like every day for all these people that are growing and developing and all that kind of stuff. Really well done.
Yeah, it everything about it feels like a genuine middle school. Just the small things in there, like for no reason too. Like I don't know, for some reason I lost my shit when the fucking band teacher had that long braided ponytail for no reason.
Yeah.
And oh god, their rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, I remember watching that in the theaters and I was losing my shit because it was so accurate to how a middle school plays the Star Spangled Banner. Even like the like every once in a while like read part like sounds like it was like every other note someone was like fucking like making their reed squeak. Like I was like, oh my god, that is definitive middle school band right there.
Yeah. And then the title character too, I like the modern aspect to it to show like really how kids deal with their insecurities now. For instance, the main character in this, she does like a YouTube show. Like, it doesn't really tell how often she does it, but it's like her little therapeutic thing to get like, it's kind of like what we do here. Just to get, to really just like relieve stress and just BS.
Yeah.
And like her videos are about like how to be a better person. And I really like how Bo Burnham set that up as like every time there's like one of those videos be like, you just need to be more confident. Like the next scene is overplaying like how she needs to do that certain thing in what she was talking about in the previous video.
Oh yeah, a lot of it is her like projecting like what she wants to happen to her.
Yeah.
Like even like the one where she's like talking about like, yeah, we had this girl over at this party that we were throwing, and like she's really quiet and shy, but everyone talked to her and they thought she was really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
when it was her was the weird girl at the party, and really nobody wanted to talk to her. That was like one of the most that like I felt dread for her.
Yeah.
Like in that whole pool party scene. Because it was set up not through a friend, it was like through the parents. Like they kind of knew each other. It's like, why don't you just stop by? And then it's like, I might have something going on. I don't know.
Oh yeah, if that chick did not have a husband, I was being like, oh yeah, this is a total like she wants to bone her dad kind of thing.
Right, yeah,
it's like, oh, I'll just talk to your father, we'll make it work. Or it's like, oh, you want to bang the dad?
Yeah.
When oh my god, when that dad shows up, like, I bought this goddamn cake 12 minutes ago. Like, he walks down and it's like, we're not ready for the cake, Frank. It's like, I bought this cake 12 goddamn minutes ago. You're gonna eat it now.
I would be that dad. Like, we're not ready. What are you talking about? I'm not putting it back in the house.
Walk down here, goddammit. You're gonna eat the fucking cake.
Just as we're on the topic of that pool party, I loved it when she finally overcomes like her terror and then ends up going out to the pool party. They have like that little montage of like the 8th grade like crazy pool party that's going on outside.
Oh yeah, and it looks so gross.
Yeah. Where it's like these really, it's like real kids, these scrawny little kids.
Yeah.
Like just squirt gunning each other and like eating Doritos in the pool and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like that's their version of like if like an adult went out to a pool party and there's like people doing cocaine and doing like topless chicken or all that kind of stuff. That's what it referred to. But it was just like dumb kid stuff, and I thought that was really funny.
No, I've been to my fair share of like pool parties like that back when I was in middle school, and it's like, yeah, you see it like as an adult now, you're like, this looks so gross. Like just even like when the kids just drink those big things of Gatorade and their whole mouth is red, but they're laying in the pool, where you're like, ugh. He's like down this big jug of red, and you just got it all over your face. And you're eating Doritos and like peeling your eyelids back.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Just a real fucking sicko. Oh my god! And then it happens here, and as well as other points in the movie. But there's this like secondary character, Aiden, who's like the hot guy.
Oh my god! Anytime they would like just do that zoom in on his face and play the.
They played like this rock techno beat to like show how cool he was.
Yeah.
But what was even better is that like they'd show him in kind of slow motion and how like the main character would like look at him and just be like in awe and speechless.
Yeah.
And then that music would stop and it would just like,
and you just see how gross and stupid he is.
and he just find out like you just see like how dumb of a kid he is. And
yeah.
he's like this scrawny little 8th grade
I know.
kid.
Like she's like they like show her like pining over him and like, are you looking at Aiden? And then they go over him and he's like stuffing his gum up his nose.
I loved all of those moments.
It's like, yeah, and then when like she meets up with him during like that fucking school shooting drill, like because it's like something where like there's like something lighthearted happening, and then they cut to like a guy just walking in the hall going, bam, 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 and just like people falling with like gunshot wounds like paint on their face, and he's like, they're all dead. Thank you for this school shooting. And he's just like,
I'd like to thank the theater department.
And it's just like these kids just laying on the floor.
And then, then they do like a whole drill in which it's like code red or whatever, and everyone gets under the desk, and then Kayla crawls over to Aiden's desk, and they're like, I wish it was a real school shooting. It's like,
Yeah, 'cause
yeah, me
you gotta
too.
kick his ass.
Yeah, kick his ass. I just punch him in his neck or whatever.
Just beat his fucking ass.
Take his gun and shoot him or whatever.
No, she was like, would you be scared? Like, she's like, what if this was a real school shooting? Like, I wish.
It's just fucking crazy, stupid shit like that.
Stupid ass kids. Like, I'd beat his ass.
Mm-hmm.
I wish someone would shoot the school up. I'd beat him up.
What I found really, I felt really bad for Kayla, just because of like her coping mechanism of making those videos. Just because we are doing something kind of similar to this.
Yeah.
And it's like, it would pan, like the camera panned across like all the videos that happened, and it was like, no views, no views, no views.
Yeah.
But she still continued to do it anyway. But I can't feel bad for it because it doesn't have any views, but it's just like, she does it to be therapeutic, and then like, she's really preaching about stuff that she doesn't follow anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, I feel bad for her, because she doesn't really have any friends either.
Yeah.
And she does the whole thing where she's like, hey guys, so I didn't get a lot of views on the last one, so if you could just share and subscribe, that'd be really great. Gucci! And like, I was like, all that stuff is so... I see a ton of that stuff on YouTube all the time, and it's like, we don't necessarily go out and pry for people to go and subscribe to us or whatever. We put out all the avenues in which they could follow us if they want to.
Yeah.
But we really don't push anybody to do that. And even like me and Dave on Imperious Rex don't even do that either. We don't like advertise heavily. Every once in a while we put out a tweet like, hey, we just do this, or for funsies. And even we do that for this show too.
Oh, yeah.
But it's nothing like ever. It's like, hey, ring the bell and subscribe and tell you. It's like, nobody gives a shit about that. I have made it my goal to never want to do that. People will find it.
Yeah.
And that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. But the thing that, like, why this works so well and, like, why you feel bad for her is because she's so fucking likable.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole movie.
Right.
Like, she's, every moment she's, like, you just see her, like being, like, a kid, you could probably, like, see, like, oh, well, she's kind of weird. But then, like, you see, like, how energetic she is during these videos and how she, like, interacts and stuff. Even when she's, like, being, like, a typical 8th grader where she's just like, stop looking at the road like that.
Quit being so weird.
Quit being so weird. What, I'm just watching the road. Yeah, but you're doing it in a weird way.
And then he starts to talk to her. He's like, no, be quiet, but don't be weird and quiet.
Yeah, I think Elsie Fisher in this is amazing. Like, her and the guy that plays her dad, I think I want to see them nominated for something for the Oscars. The dad, especially for one particular scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're both like amazing in this.
Mm-hmm. I really thought Elsie was very good in this.
Yeah.
There were there's only one. Actually, there was only really one kid in this that I thought wasn't the best actor.
Yeah.
And it was like the weirdo cousin.
Oh, Gabe.
Gabe.
I fucking love Gabe.
I like him too. But as an actor, I don't think he's really honed his craft yet.
But I don't think that's acting though. I think that's just him being like what that kid. Because I've met kids that act exactly like that with no camera involved at all.
All right.
Or they're just like,
right.
Like they're just like a little bit OCD and just like a little bit like off. Where it's like, you're a good kid, you're just real weird.
Yeah.
he lays out all those fucking chicken McNugget sauces. It's like, I got 2 of each, but if there's not one that you will like, I will gladly eat one because I enjoy all of them.
I really enjoyed that like little finale where they ended up get together on one thing.
But when they meet at the pool party, it's awesome too, where he's just like all about like having this like who can hold their breath the longest contest. And he's just like, and like he does it where it's like she comes up like super fast, but he still stays down super long. And then he comes back up and he's like, beat ya.
You want to see me do a handstand? And then he's like, oh, too many people around,
too many
close.
people. Yeah, it's moving the water around too much. I can't do it.
It's just even his little bony little asshole sticking out of the water.
And then they like call for all the girls to come up, and then like he totally like cock blocks himself, and he's like, "You're supposed to go up." Said all girls, you're supposed to go up there.
That was, Gabe is really good.
Gabe fucking rules. He's only like in 2 scenes in this whole thing, but they're both like 2 of my favorite.
Yeah,
like
really
I'll
good.
talk more about that one at the end when we get closer to the end, but that one at the end is so awesome. It's like, oh, how'd this get here?
We were talking about cringeworthy scenes before, and there's all like these little minor ones that people deal with that are so like kind of true to life for like almost everybody, that everyone can kind of like sympathize with. But there's one in general in this, where it was kind of even hard to watch for me personally.
Yeah.
But like, to backtrack a little bit, because it's our last week of 8th grade, there is one day where they get to go visit the high school they'll be moving to next year.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of gets like a sponsor for high school.
Yeah,
to kind of
like,
show her
they
around.
shadow some. They
shadow is a better word. And it ends up being like a girl who really kind of clicks with Kayla, which is a cool part of the movie, because she's like, oh, I finally get somebody to like I can talk to, like I can really have a rapport with. And I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. I have no idea where it's going, but
like even like when she like, I remember like watching it in theaters, and then when she like calls her, because like this girl gives her number, and then like she calls her that same day, where I'm like, oh god, don't call her. Yeah, this is gonna go bad. Oh no,
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm like waiting for like the shoe to drop. I was like, oh god, she's gonna be like, why are you calling me? And then like make her feel all weird and awkward, and then she like gets depressed. But then she's like, oh my god, I'm so glad you called. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy she found a friend.
Right, I was the same way, because I'm like, that every movie trope led me to believe that she would be like, why are you calling me?
Yeah.
Like, I was just nice to you because we were in public at school.
Yeah.
And I was like...
But no, like, she's, like, so fucking nice to her. And, like, the more you, like, hear her talk, you're just like, oh, you were totally Kayla in 8th grade.
Yeah.
She's just, like, super talkative, but you can tell she sells that kind of, like, weird awkwardness, where it's, like, she has the same awkwardness as Kayla, but, like, Kayla's also quiet, too. Mm-hmm. And then she just kind of... This girl kind of found her voice in high school.
So they get... She is going with a group of friends to the mall and invites Kayla to go out with her to see her, visit her friends or whatever. And Kayla,
and like gosh, she plays it so well too. Like, she just has like this look on her face where like she's not like smiling or being like overjoyed, but it's just like a, wow, somebody wants to hang out with me. Or I'm like, oh my god,
right,
you're so good,
right, yeah.
Like I was like just smiling, just watching her be like proud of herself.
There was like. She goes through like a ton of silent emotion, like right before she goes, and like after she hangs up, like she goes and looks in her closet and realize she's like so overjoyed that she can go out and like have a friend and do all this kind of stuff, that thinks she's cool, and then she like realizes the pressure's on to like make a good impression to like other people. Yeah, and like that was that whole nuance of like, that was really well acted. Like, awesome. Yeah. For an 8th grader? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
This isn't like fucking... What's-her-face that wins an Oscar every year.
Yeah.
But
I guess, like, I even, like, read that, like, Elsie Fisher is, like, known for being very talkative. Like, she's a pretty outgoing person, I guess, in real life. So, like, the way she plays it up in here, where it's, like, she's a complete opposite.
Oh, you wouldn't even know.
No, she plays it perfectly. Like, she... strikes you as like a very awkward 8th grader.
Right. Yeah. I would never have guessed that she is like an outgoing person in this.
I just put a very awkward girl in front of a camera and be like, okay, just be yourself.
Yeah, just go. So anyway, the whole like meet and greet kind of goes well with the friends, and they have like a fun little back and forth there with like 2 guys and 2 girls.
Oh my god, that mall scene is amazing. Like Molly even told me that there was a similar thing that happened at her school where they did a 5K for a person that died, but he was really fat.
Oh no.
So then like she actually does, like, she says like, we legit had this exact same conversation where it's like, I mean, he was fat, so why are we running for him?
Like, but I also found that too. It's like that is such an insensitive conversation that every middle school
kids would totally
Yeah,
who
yeah.
would have that conversation?
Yeah, of course you
Like,
would.
why are we running for this kid? He was fat.
It's not until you're like an adult until you're like, oh yeah, that's probably like, yeah, let's do something for him. But
Yeah.
before, it's like, why are we doing something for this jerk that nobody likes or
Yeah,
whatever?
no one cared about him, and he was fat. Why are we doing a 5K in his honor?
Yeah.
But that mall scene is like what leads to like the awkward scene where I think it's kind of like the antithesis of the movie where like they play up like how high schoolers are, even though they're really close in years, there's almost like this huge generational gap between them.
Mm-hmm.
And I like even they do it in a way where it's like it feels like a normal flow of the conversation, but they have like a really poignant discussion where it's like like even like down to where they're just like, when did you get Snapchat? Like 10? What, you guys are sending each other nudes at 10? Like,
Yeah.
but they're like, it's like a legit a thing where like there's so much development that happens from like being a freshman up to like being a senior, where it's like you're almost kind of having people that are borderline children interacting with people that are borderline adults, where like situations like the awkward one can take place without really any kind of empathy on one side or the other, because one person is almost an adult and one person is just borderline a child.
God. Ugh, it's sickening. And it came as a pretty big surprise to me too.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like throughout the whole like meeting of these people, and then leading up to it, I was like, oh, it's just I don't know what was gonna take place, and then all of a sudden it was happening, and I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking creeping me out.
But yeah, but that works because it's like that shit can happen out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's true. So let's stop beating around the bush. So like they at the mall, they one of the friends, the high school friends, is like, there's been a guy like watching us this whole time. Ends up being Kayla's dad.
Oh yeah,
because he's just trying to like watch out for her
I love
best
that
interest.
scene too.
Yeah, me
He's
too.
just like, God, Kayla's dad's so good in this. But yeah, go ahead.
And she eventually, through a discussion afterward, tells him to leave, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just trying to watch my daughter to see if like her best interests were in what. He's just being a dad at this point, and he just happened to be busted by watching. But anyway, so he leaves, and she's like, I'm gonna get a ride home. Don't come pick me up.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay, sorry. Here's some money. You can take it if you want. I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm gonna go. So she ends up getting a ride home with the group of friends, and like her shadow was like, oh, you can just go ahead and drop her off first, and then I'll stay in the car. And he's like, but your house is right here. He's like, is that all right, Kayla? Yeah, that's fine. And so the shadow gets dropped off first, so it's just her and this other dude in the car.
Yeah.
And he like pulls up after like driving a block and just parks the car and then gets in the back seat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh fuck. At this point, I'm just like, no. Now as like a dad, I'm just like, holy fuck. If I and like it's also just gross enough because they are like kids. They don't have like adult physiques or anything.
No,
either. They're like
Bo Burnham did a good job of like casting like legit kids, where it's like it's true to life. Like,
yeah, it is.
This is definitely the time of the time of your life where you're like, you like maybe you're experimenting with sex, or maybe you're like thinking about it at the very least.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean it's shit that happens.
Yeah, it sadly is, and it really dealt with a very uncomfortable scene where he's like, so you want to play truth or dare?
Yeah.
And she's so nervous and like doesn't know what to do, that she kind of just plays out of nervousness to like part fit in and part like not to like upset the boat or anything like that. It's just
and this is like the first experience she's ever really been like a part of this.
Yeah.
Like, you are kind of struck where like she is kind of more on like the I'm still kind of a kid developing into an adult kind of ideal, where like even like a lot of like the more popular girls are like looking at like the shit that she does, where it's like that's kind of like she gives like the popular girl at her birthday party a fucking like card game. Like it's like Go Fish, but it's like way more fun.
Yeah. What was the game anyway?
I don't know
what kind of game that was. Was it Skip Bo?
I might have been Skip Bo.
the poor man's Uno.
But yeah, like the fact she was like given like a gifts like that, it like gives you the idea where it's like she's still kind of in that like childlike innocence of her youth, where like she hasn't fully matured to that womanhood type ideal.
Yeah. So anyway, while the scene's taking place, he eventually ends up taking off his shirt through a dare that he kind of puts on himself.
Yeah, he's leading this conversation so hard.
Yeah. And I felt, oh my God, it was making me cringe, and I felt angry. I was like literally angry too.
I remember like watching this in the theater, like you could hear people like rustling in their chairs, like like you can hear like the squeaking of people just like kind of like crossing and uncrossing their legs, like
yeah, I bet, because like it's so real. And like, I was thinking now, if I caught this and Macy was in the car, I would fucking rip that car door off and I would have beat that kid to death. I am not even joking. My blood was boiling when after I was thinking about that. But anyway, like it doesn't lead to anything.
Yeah, I think that's the most scary part of the whole scene, is that like from what society teaches us, like what goes down is like what society teaches us. Like she says no, he backs off, but then the outcome of it still fucks with her to an extent where it's like, well shit, like every precaution was taken, but it still fucks with her. Like what do we, like maybe it's just a thing you're supposed to go through. I don't know. It's just it's like fucking like what are they supposed to do in the situation? But it's just, I think it's just more along the lines of like he's matured to a point where it's like, okay, I'm just gonna keep going until she says no, and she doesn't know what the fuck to do because she's never been a part of any experience like this at all.
Yeah. And and then even after it stops and he is like driving her home, he's like berating her. It's like, listen, I was just trying to get you prepared for not college, for high school and all that stuff, because you don't want to go in.
Yeah, you're just gonna hook up with some asshole, and I'm just trying to be the nice guy, just trying to make you like experience your first time with someone that you actually like. Where I'm like, oh fuck you, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God. But
incel motherfucker. More incel talk, guys. Incels. They exist.
It's this guy. But like, can you imagine like how that would fuck with somebody's head?
Yeah.
Like Jesus. Like, so she obviously takes it very badly.
Yeah.
And like busts into her house where like it's all like you never get to really hear what's taught, like the conversation being had.
But you don't need to. I like that where like they just drown out all the sound, where it's like it's super overwhelming for her.
Right. And she like bursts into the house and her dad and comes to her side and like really does comfort her. You don't get to hear what he says, but you can see that he like is there. And like can we talk about the dad for a little bit here?
Yeah.
Cuz he is like probably the world's best dad. Like he legit cares about her so much.
Yeah.
Even though she treats him like garbage through most of the movie.
Yeah.
But it's like,
but like I think for people that have raised like a middle school girl, they'll attest to like that's what they're like.
Yeah. But then afterwards, there is a scene like where everyone gets their 6th grade what are they called?
Their time capsule. At the beginning they do this whole thing where they hand out like the 6th grade time capsule so you can see like, oh, where did you end up and stuff like that. And she's going through it and stuff. And then after this event happens, she takes her time capsule and she just decides to burn it because she comes to the conclusion that she hasn't become any of the things that she said she was going to become.
Right.
At this point in her life.
Right. And it was a little melodramatic, but like there is a scene where the scene she comes downstairs like, can you help me start a fire in the backyard to her dad?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I guess. So they're sitting out there and she like throws it in and he's like, what's in there?
My hopes and
My
dreams.
hopes and dreams. And like, for me, if I was a dad just sitting there, I'd be like, holy shit, that is heavy. But like, it does lead into this whole like kind of dialogue that the dad has with the daughter.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the most heartfelt things that I've seen in a movie that's so true.
Yeah, I think that speech he gives his daughter is like the most like poignant speech about parenthood like I've ever heard. Like that almost made me like, ooh, I wouldn't mind being a parent.
Right.
Like he just talks about it in a way where it's like he brings it like all down to earth, where it's like parenthood.
Right. You won't understand this, but you are my everything. And regardless of what you do, I am more proud of you than you can ever imagine.
Yeah. Well, he frames it where it's like he went into parenthood thinking that he had to do so much. And then as years went on and he found out that she was picking it all up on her own, like it almost made him love her more, where I'm like, God damn. That is fucking deep.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he really frames it where it's like you get to a certain point where it's just like you just let go of the steering wheel and you let them drive on their own, and you're like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like fuck. Like that's some deep shit. Like I was like, I've like every speech you usually hear about parenthood in like certain movies, it's like
kind of sappy. And...
yeah, you're just like, it's like even like his at the beginning was kind of sappy, where it's like, you've never made me sad, you always made me happy, I'm so proud of you. And then just kind of like he kind of like pauses and goes into this whole thing where it's like when I had to take care of you, I thought I had to do all this shit on my own, and then after a while I saw that you were doing it on your own, and I just had to step back and I let you do it yourself, and it's like almost made me more proud of you, where I'm like, holy shit.
Does it say why the mother isn't in the picture in this?
No, I don't think they ever really get into like why the mother, like you said after your mom left, so I'm guessing maybe she
was a divorce or something like that.
Yeah.
I there must have been like one little thing because I was waiting for like that reason. Not that it really had to give it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I wonder if they're gonna bring something up, and then I thought I missed it for a second.
But I remember hearing like a review about the movie where like people kind of criticized the dad in the movie because he was like, oh, he's kind of a pussy. Like he just kind of like he just takes everything. But like he really kind of frames it in that last speech that he gives, where it's like. Because he talks about like after the mom left, he was scared that he was gonna do the wrong thing, and he can still like the times where he backs off and he's not really sure what to do. You can see that fear kind of resonate back in him, and then you can see him fall back into the comfort zone where it's like, but this is gonna be fine, this is okay because I know she can handle it.
I bet those reviewers aren't parents.
Yeah, they're not. No, they're not. But you can see like. When shit starts going south, like you can see that fear rise. Is everything okay? Are you fine? And then you can see it kind of like almost kind of wash over him, where it's like, all right, that's fine. Go ahead. Okay, that's fine. That'll work. Or you can like see where like the fear kind of comes back, and then he kind of realizes, no, she's got this.
Right.
I don't need to be super dad all the time. I can let her handle this.
Right.
And it's like, God, that guy's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like that's why I definitely think like if the chick that plays Kayla isn't up for like best actress and the dad isn't up for like best supporting actor, fuck the Oscars.
Right.
Because they're both so fucking
Oscar's
good in
so
this.
old.
Yeah, because they're both just amazing in this.
Yeah, they are really good. And those two scenes back to back too is a real emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
So it's really, really well done.
Yeah, because you almost kind of, after the whole episode in the car, you almost kind of see her kind of retreat back into her shell where she had this whole thing after the party where she's like, I'm going to be more outgoing. I'm going to talk to more people. I'm going to try and turn over a new leaf and try
Yeah.
and start high school with like a new attitude.
Right.
And then the whole thing in the car makes her retreat back into her shell, where it's like, oh no, she's gonna go back down the same path where like she's just not gonna talk to anybody.
Right.
And that whole speech with her dad just kind of makes her realize like one of these days I'm gonna have to take it over completely on my own. I'm not gonna have anybody to lean back on. So I gotta get out there.
Yeah.
And she just realizes like not everything's gonna work out. And I fucking love that shit.
Yeah. The scene with the dad, like, around the fireplace outside really was poignant to me.
Yeah.
So, like...
That was the one where I said, you're probably going to cry watching
I did.
that.
I welled up. And then that was the scene right... Okay, so Chelsea started watching it right after that car scene.
Yeah.
Where she races into the house. That's
Yeah.
where she kind of tuned into the movie.
Yeah.
And then that whole scene at the fireplace outside was, like, watching, and, like, I was like, don't turn around. Don't let her see you crying. Because I was like welling up. I'm like, oh my God, that's such a good scene. And it's so emotionally resonant. Oh my God. But yeah, really good. And then really the only other thing that's big for her after this is like she finally confronts...
Yeah, she stands up for herself to like the popular girl.
But even though she does, she never like looks up at them.
I know, like she still has her like her eccentricities where she's super like not confrontational.
Mm-hmm.
But
I really enjoyed that. Like she finally got up the nerve to go and tell the popular girls off, who are like total bitches or whatever. I guess they don't really say anything. Yeah. But, like, even while she's telling her off, she doesn't make eye contact with him and, like, looks at the ground the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my God, that's so fucking real.
Yeah. No,
God damn it, Bo.
Yeah.
Like, you're so good at directing that shit.
I know, but I think he's so good at it because I think that was him. Like, you watch any of his stand-up, like, he talks about how awkward he was as a kid. And, like,
even, like, back when he would just make... like music videos on YouTube before he like even got into stand up and all that shit.
Even when he does stand up, he kind of has like this awkwardness about him where it's like if something doesn't hit right away, he kind of like goes into his stutter where he's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, okay, and then he'll go back into it, and then like as things start getting laughs, then he gets back into his groove where it's like you can see that he's like that awkward kid that really likes performing, but he's really uncomfortable when he feels like it's not resonating or hitting on anybody.
Yeah.
But no, I can definitely attest that I was pretty much a Kayla when I was in middle school. I think I even won the superlative for most quiet in 8th grade.
Which is so weird because like we were like great friends all through school, so like I never saw you as quiet. But did you get that?
Yeah, it was me and Hannah Eshelman.
Oh, God.
We won for most quiet. Because I remember that was like...
call her out.
Oh, sorry.
Look her up.
Look her up.
Still hasn't spoken a word.
Yep. But, yeah, it was me and her. Because I remember that was like right around the time I started coming out of my shell. Mm-hmm. So, like, the picture for most quiet was like her just kind of being sheepish and me, like, putting my hand over my mouth, like, being like, ooh.
Well, I would say the same thing too, because like I don't think I broke out of my shell until high school either.
Yeah,
like because we both were we rode that line where like we weren't the popular kids in school, but we weren't the ones that got shit on either. We kind of rode that line in the middle.
Yeah, like
where we could kind of like skate by and like not take anybody's shit.
Yeah,
really. So it was all right. We were like in our own little niche.
Yeah.
But like, that's us.
Yeah, that was pretty much us. Like if I ever had to like confront somebody, I was always super awkward about it, and I was like, "Oh God, what's gonna happen here?"
I know. In hindsight, you just want to be like, "Shut up."
I know.
But then it's like, what is
like it's that fucking that cartoon that I made back at our area vocational center where I went back in time to kick my own ass.
Oh my God. Yeah, because we had time capsules too.
Yeah.
Like in 6th grade, and what was the reason you went to go kick your own ass? I don't remember.
I think it was something like, I think I wrote my favorite movie was Titanic or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, your favorite song was that
I think it was like
Celine Dion song, "My Heart Will Go On" or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, that still stays true. I fucking love Celine Dion.
Well, I mean, who doesn't really? but yeah, like, oh my god, when those were broken out, I don't even remember when mine was so like dumb because I didn't care about anything in 6th grade. I was like, I don't feel about anything hard enough where I can't say what is my favorite or.
You always like hammer home like how you don't care about anything, and every you sound like a fucking nihilist.
Listen, I'm not. I just don't care strongly about anything.
My name's Troy, and I don't care about anything.
So here I go. I'm just gonna critique anything. I don't care about it.
I mean, I don't care, but if I did, this is what I would think.
All right. Yeah, that's my life. So anyway, that's pretty much 8th grade in a nutshell.
Yeah, like it kind of ends with her like she makes like her own time capsule for when she graduates high school, but it's more uplifting where she talks about where it's like, well, if you don't do this stuff, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because the one she like goes to, like her old one, it's a lot of like, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna be so popular, you're gonna have all this stuff, and then she like looks at it where it's like, oh, I didn't do any of that shit.
Right. Yeah.
And it's her just kind of coping with that and just trying to like figure out who she is, like after realizing that she had such high hopes for herself, and then her last one is just like, well, if you do it, it's cool.
Right. Yep. And that's pretty much the long and short of it. So we both pretty much enjoyed it, if you couldn't gather that from the review. But what would you grade it?
Like I said before, like this is way up there as probably one of my favorite movies of the year. Like way high up. I just love it just for the fact that it finds a way to just bridge that gap from like the people that have been through 8th grade and are like way older now, and like bridge that to like what 8th graders are like now, where like the weird stuff that 8th graders do now, they find a way to throw small eccentricities or whatever into it, where you're like, oh, okay. No, so I kind of understand what they're coming from in that sense, where even just the fact that Elsie Fisher as Kayla is so goddamn likable. Like, you just want her to succeed in everything. Like, it plays up in a way where you're like, God damn it. It's just, it plays on like all that stuff so well, and like I will always give credit to a movie where it finds a way to like connect with a character that I shouldn't connect with at all. Like, I'm a fucking 31-year-old man, and I'm over here like sympathizing and like relating to a like fucking 11-year-old girl. It's like shit. Like this movie almost helps me like kind of sympathize with like what kids go through today, where it's like shit. Like if a movie like makes me appreciate what someone completely different from me is going through now, I feel like that's a pretty great film. So I'm going full A+ with this shit.
Oh my!
I really enjoyed it.
My grade's not that far off. I would give it an A, solid A. Only for the mere fact that like I would give it an A+ if it had like a rewatchability factor, and for me, like this wouldn't be one that I'd go back to and rewatch a lot.
Yeah.
But that doesn't like I wouldn't count that against the movie and its like and its greatness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I would never be like, yeah, let's watch 8th grade and be sad or whatever. But like,
I don't think it's really sad.
No,
like,
they do have not. But it's
they
like
do have
not...
they do have scenes where it's like, okay, yeah, this is like a tense moment where you feel uncomfortable. But I feel like it frames the whole idea of going through 8th grade and like how awkward and how like tough it can be at times. It frames it in a way where it's like, but this is not the end of your life. Like, you're gonna get through this, and you're gonna experienced things way better than this.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, I would have to be in a real weird mood to watch this again.
Well, I'm weird, so.
Yeah, I know. But, like, but a solid A is, like, not a bad score.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm that's where I'm going with this. Solid A.
Right on.
8th grade. I recommend it wholeheartedly. If you haven't caught it. Caught it.
Catch a caught it.
If you haven't caught it yet, you can rent it on Amazon Prime for $5 or whatever it is. Or you can buy it, whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
But is there anything else besides 8th grade you've been into, JT?
Well, Troy, I rented the disc for Crazy Rich Asians.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that. I mean, it's good.
Oh.
It's a good
We
for
have to
a
start
rom-com.
sentence with I mean.
Yeah, I know. It's a good rom-com. I think there's some funny moments in it. There's some characters I like. But I think I'm coming to the realization that I just don't like rich people.
Okay.
I feel like I have like a mild
Disdain.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm to the realization, like, I feel like if you are successful, I feel like you are entitled to a certain amount of comfort. Like, you can have a big house, you can have a nice car, you can have nice vacations here and there.
You can come and go from a job like it's nothing.
Yeah. Like, I feel like if you are successful and you do have a job where it does require a fair share of work, you are entitled to a certain amount of amenities and privileges that you've earned.
Sure.
But if you are worth, like, billions of fucking dollars, I feel you are a mentally ill person.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Okay.
there's no excuse to have that much fucking money.
Let me ask you a question on this.
Okay.
And you don't have to spoil the movie for me or anything like that.
No.
But in the title, Crazy Rich Asians, is it Crazy Rich, comma, Asians? Or is it Crazy Asians that are also rich?
It's more just they're rich Asians.
Okay.
But I'm always under the assumption that if you own that much money, you're mentally ill. It's just that you have so much money that people are not willing to tell you you're mentally ill, so they can make as much money as possible.
All right.
Like, I feel like if you own over $1 billion, you are mentally ill. That's just my theory.
I wish I was mentally ill.
But no, but that's the thing, though. Like, when I see shit like that, it's just like, you have to have no human empathy.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Because it's just, you're living this luxurious life that you feel entitled to when you're like, you're willing to, like, watch footage of people that are starving and dying, and you're like, I'm gonna go onto a fucking barge that we bought so I can have a party in international waters and have a DJ and shoot off my own rocket launcher because I'm rich and I can do it. Fuck these people that are, like, working 10-hour days for 6 days a week that are barely making ends meet. I'm a fucking real estate mogul? If that's a fucking job? Like, I sell buildings to people, and that entitles me to billions of dollars where I can go on luxurious vacations and not fucking care? Like, I get fucking livid when I see shit like that. Like,
But what about the movie?
it's fine. I just can't fucking get over... Troy, I'm just going to spoil this right now because it makes me so incensed. There's a wedding in this movie where the whole wedding is... The church is decked out in this long grass.
Okay.
Just like... it's a regular church. They have pews just like decked out in long grass, and people are like, oh, this is weird looking, whatever. They have all the wedding party go down the aisle. It's regular fucking looking wedding. And then they fill the center aisle with water.
Oh.
And then the bride marches down the aisle like she's walking on water, so it looks like a river. And then they dim the lights, and then all of the fucking people hold out these sticks with like fireflies on the end that glow in and out. So it looks like she's walking on water, like going through fireflies. There's starving people in fucking... like, there's people that are, like, literally could... Like, that entire wedding party could probably feed the world 2 times over, but yet this bitch has to fucking flood a church so that she can look, so she can get people to cry, because like, it's so beautiful.
Oh, boy.
I hate rich people.
Oh, boy.
So much.
Coming for you, rich people.
And it's so... There's so many scenes like that where it's like the bachelorette party is like, we're going on a shopping spree at the most expensive place in Singapore. Ah! We're like, ugh. You're doing this for fun. This is your fun day.
Oh, my.
And they own, like, complexes for houses. Fuck.
My favorite takeaway on this is that the movie isn't trying to say that at all, and you just have one...
They're not trying to say that,
one
but...
gripe about this little thing that you're exponentially taking out of control.
But they'll do, like, small things where they try to justify it, where, like, the mom is like, we are supposed to maintain our family tradition, and our family tradition is we're supposed to own billions of dollars at one time.
It's a family tradition.
We're supposed to hoard money because we're supposed to live a certain lifestyle. Oh, fuck you. I fuck it. It's what? Yeah, I mean, it's a regular rom-com.
Hey, man.
Awkwafina's good in it. She was pretty funny.
Oh, okay, that's great.
I thought she was going to be annoying, but she was actually pretty funny in it.
Cool.
But, yeah, that's my tirade on rich people.
Is there anything else?
That's it.
All right. I really haven't been much into anything else besides what we review for Monday. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I've seen Coco and Moana a couple 100,000 times.
Yeah.
They're still fine. They're still good.
I'm thinking for February, maybe doing, like, for our big theater movie, doing Lego Movie 2, and then, like, doing, like, animation films that we've watched, like, as adults. Because I really want to find an excuse to do Tintin.
Okay. I'll be all right with that.
And then we can either watch Moana and Coco. Or even to watch it. You can just review it off of the 90 billion times you've seen it.
I'll probably end up still watching it that day before you come over. It's just a given that I'll see one or the other that day. I've gotten to a point where I know so many things, in like little fun things about this movie. Just like Coco, for example.
Yeah.
I'm in my brother's shoes. Like, I brought it up on me and Chelsea's show where he's like, so have you noticed that, like, Coco's family, all the dead ones are still wearing their work clothes?
Yeah.
That begs to say they died at work.
Yeah.
And generations of that family are continuing to die at work. What is going on with those shoes?
And I also brought up that they don't look much different from their pictures they hang up, where you said it was some kind of weird death mask thing, where after they get their picture taken, they immediately die.
Yeah. But anyway,
the only one that looks like she's aged is Mama Coco out of everyone at the end there, where it's like, so you all died right after you got your picture taken.
Yeah. What I was getting at is that we bought Macy a Coco Christmas ornament, and and he's dressed in like the kind of mariachi ensemble he has at the very, very tail end of the movie.
Yeah.
And the button that you press, he starts singing this La Familia song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not the song he sings at the end of the movie. And Chelsea was like, yeah, it is. It's like the one he sings at the very end. I'm like, no. That is a song he sings while he is at Ernesto de la Cruz's place, and he's standing on the railing, and he comes down to the party, and he sings down the staircase, and he falls into the pool. That's what the song he's singing. And it is. I proved it wrong. So anyway, I've seen Coco a bunch of times, and Moana a bunch of times.
Man. We'll have to do like a Thursday, Monday show of Moana and Coco, so you can just unload all of your weird conspiracy theories.
All right, maybe. That sounds like complete torture to me to like sit down and have to like watch and like study it again after I just like kind of put it on and it's just
based on what you think now is good enough. You don't need to watch it to study. Just like things that you've like picked up off of the 20 or 30 times you've seen it already.
20 or 30 is a very low number. Anyway, so I haven't really been anything else, but so that's gonna be the show, I believe.
There you go.
That's gonna wrap it.
Well, Troy, we got my pick for this show. What is your pick for next show?
For Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I wish I would have put more forethought into this. Oh wait, I got a list going.
You got a list.
Why didn't I look at the list?
What is the one thing on your list that you are looking the most forward to seeing?
Okay, I'm crossing off the things that we already saw. Oh, I probably didn't write it down because we were already reviewing it. One that I missed. Oh, for like next week?
Yeah. What do you think deserves the full show treatment? Because I'm sure we'll do a Monday show based on something we haven't seen either. But what do you think deserves the? We gotta really put this in the forefront.
I'm between two.
Okay.
I'm between A Quiet Place,
okay,
which I haven't seen yet, and Upgrade. I know you've seen both. What would you tip the scales, and what would be a good Thursday show?
I feel they're both interesting in their own way. But I'm guessing the one that we don't pick is going to be the one you want to do for Monday.
Sure. I don't care.
I think there might be more aspects to A Quiet Place we could talk about.
All right. Then let's do A Quiet Place.
All right. A Quiet Place it is for next week.
According to my notes, you can watch it at on Prime for 99 cents.
That's a good one. It's a good pick.
Great. So A Quiet Place for next Thursday, as I haven't yet seen it, and I need to finish it out before the end of the year.
There you go.
And then I may call an audible for Upgrade for Monday.
All right, fair enough.
Might do another one, maybe like a comedy or something like that.
Okay.
Quiet Place doesn't sound so funny.
Yeah. There is a comedy on HBO that we could watch.
Which one's that?
Game Night.
Oh, I do have that down.
On HBO.
I do have that down. All right, well, let's mull it over the...
We'll mull it over.
We'll mull it over, and we'll let you know on Thursday.
We'll lightly massage this idea into the next Monday up.
Okay, so that's going to be next Thursday is A Quiet Place.
But for Monday, we're going to cover the written and directed film. This is writer-director week over here.
Yeah.
Where writer-director Boots Riley film Sorry to Bother You with Lakeith Stansfield.
That's right. Also premiering at Sundance.
Brought it up earlier.
That's right. So yeah, that's going to be on Monday. If you haven't seen it yet, I have that also written down where you can watch it. Sorry to Bother You is free on Hulu.
Free on Hulu, that's right.
Now. So if you have Hulu, check it out. I guarantee you it'll interest you.
It is interesting.
Yes. So check it out. It's quite different than almost any movie I've seen all year.
Yeah. Could be positive, could be negative.
Yes.
Let's find out on Monday.
Find that on Monday. So, JT, where could people find you if they've already seen it and want to just chat with you on the internets about it?
You can quill on my ponderings at Bucky for Everyone on Twitter, also Bucky for Everyone on Instagram, and he went at Bucky for Everyone on Snapchat. Troy.
Hey, hit me up on Troy to the Max on Twitter. You hit us both up on Review Pod on Twitter, if you don't mind. You can listen to the show.
I like this character you're making.
Kind of fell into it by a stutter a bit. You can find us on a multitude of platforms, including our hosting site, ReviewPod at podbean.com. But we are also on so many other things, such as Stitcher and Spotify. You can find us on Google Podcasts. You can probably find us on Alexa devices, because I think I signed up to have that be a thing.
Ooh.
YouTube, if you care to do so. Nobody does, but it's there if you want to.
Oh my.
And if you are into the Apple game, and you listen to us through iTunes or Apple Podcast, if you like the show, subscription to it or a rate and review will help other people find the show. And if you have something to want, what am I saying? If you got something,
Something to watch.
if you got something to want, such as a message you want to give us, you can do it at reviewreviewpod@gmail.com, such as friends of the show like Eric and Jude do from time to time.
Yeah. Give us that mail. We'll do that mail
We'll
scream.
do the mail scream just for you. But that's going to be the show this week.
Vote in the semifinal of the Turn Random Movies. Got White Man Can't Jump v. The Lone Ranger. They're gonna fight, and then one of them's gonna find out that their mother's name is also Martha. Army Hammer is going to stab Woody Harrelson through the chest with a spear until he yells Martha.
Yeah. He's going to just taunt him and cut his face with a kryptonite spear, because that's something Batman would do.
Yep. After challenging him to a basketball game, Army Hammer is going to almost shoot him with a kryptonite bullet with his gun until he yells Martha.
Piece of crap, Batman v Superman.
Piece of crap.
But anyway, that's the show this week. So join us next time until we are going to be reviewing A Quiet Place on Thursday. But before that, sorry to bother you this Monday.
Yes.
So check us out then. Until next time, I've been Troy to the Max Extreme.
I am JT3K.
And we are off.
Gucci.